Greetings from YouTubeville. All right, having a little technical difficulties, but all right, having a little technical difficulties, but all right, having a little technical difficulties, but we're here, we're there. That's all that matters. And you're rocking with Danny Savage, Draft Guru. Today, we're going to talk about the state of the Dallas Cowboys defensive tackle room, defensive edge room, and we're going to talk about a little bit later West Virginia draft prospects for 2025. All right. Our defensive tackle room really, really concerns me. We have a 3-tech in Osa Odigizua that you can look at his stats. For the last 3 years, he has worn down big time. Now, I don't know if it's because he's taking all the double teams or he's playing too many snaps, but you could even go back to the Green Bay game. And the first drive of the game, the 8-minute drive of the game, he asked to come off the field. So that's him. Now we got the great Mazi Smith, the myth. All we heard about before his drafting was, oh, he's a freak. He's done this. He's done that. I don't know about you, but I just saw him jumping up on boxes that like 30 other dudes behind them were jumping up on the same boxes. So I guess they're genetic freaks also. He did 225 33 times. Blake Corum did 31 times. He wasn't even, I guess someone's dying out there. Who knows? Better them than me. Blake Corum did 225 31 times. And then everyone's talking about how Mazi did 325 for like 20 reps. Where's the video? I know if I did that video, it would be on TV. But it's not. So we draft him when the proper pick should have been Brian Barise out of Clemson, but I got laughed at for that. And because he can play 1, he can play 3, he can play 5. And he made all rookie team. But what do I know? Watching Mazi in his stance is painful. It's painful to watch him in his stance. It's like everyone gets off the ball a second faster than he does. And you had all these Dallas content creators saying, oh, Dan Quinn's going to make him the next Warren Sapp. The dude had a half a sack in 4 years. 4 years. It's just comical the way these Dallas content creators are comparing him to just. I'm just not a fan of Mazi. Then everyone is like, Dallas forced him to lose 30, 40 pounds. I want to see a video of Mazi saying Dallas forced him to lose weight. I want to see a video of Dan Quinn forcing him to lose weight. I want to see a video of one of the Joneses telling him to lose 40 pounds. Because until I see that, no, I don't believe that. It's just he didn't have free crab legs to eat anymore like he did in Michigan. And now he had to buy his own food. And I'm sorry, but if you go back to his tape, he got pancaked more than he had tackles. But listen, granted, it takes 3-4 years, especially to grade a defensive tackle. But now we're throwing him in the line of fire. And I got a really bad feeling about this defensive tackle room, defensive line in general, to be honest with you. You got Carl Davis. I guess he's our backup to Mozzie at one tech. Who else do we have? We got everyone thinks Justin Rogers, the rookie out of Auburn, is going to save us. There's going to be growing pains. He has good size. You know what I'm trying to say? But there's going to be growing pains. It's his rookie year. You know, you expect them to play 17 plus games. You know they're going to make him play in the preseason a lot, you know. But then Golston. What do we do with Golston? Golston was a crazy pick I thought of from the get-go because it's like I thought he was a 5 tech in a 3-4 defense. And where does he really fit? Are we bulking him up, throwing him inside? Or are we leaving him at edge? Because believe it or not, our edge room is pretty scary also. You know, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. We got Sam Williams. For everybody that has time, look up Sam Williams pre-draft interviews. And I know I'm showing my age, but there was a really, really great football movie called The Program. And one of the stars in that movie was a linebacker by the name of Alvin Mack. And Sam Williams made Alvin Mack sound like a Harvard graduate. So right off the bat, I had a bad feeling about him. Making dumb, stupid plays, getting penalties in playoff games on special teams. I mean, do we really draft guys in the second round to play special teams? This year, it's him. It's him. It's him, Tank, Nealon, Marshawn Nealon, the rookie, that has zero bend, and Golston. Unless we go out and try to find somebody. You know, I just, Tyrus Sweet is going to play? It's just, I have a really, really bad feeling about the D-line. Simi Fehoko, I don't know. It looks like he didn't gain any weight. He's listed at 267, same as last year. I thought the plan with him was we were bulking him up to D-tackle, and he was going to play 3 tech. But I guess that never happened. You know, he just sat on the sidelines on a 53-man roster and ate his sunflower seeds every single day. So if that was his plan, why didn't you just put him in IR? And you could have stashed him with a fake injury, told him to go practice his limp, and you know we could have kept somebody else on the 53 because that guy never scratched seeing the field. All I'm saying is I got a very, very, very bad feeling about our defensive tackle room because we haven't been able to stop the draft. We haven't been able to stop the run in 3 years. And now I don't think we did much to upgrade the room. I think our D-line room is worse in 2024 than it was in 2023. And that's not a good look for a team that got gashed. And everyone says, like, look at last year. Oh, we had a great pass rush. But why pass rush? Why should another team throw the ball? All they got to do is run the ball down our throats. You know, and look what did Green Bay do? They just ran the ball down our throats, and then, you know, a million blown coverages, and they put up 40 points on the board. Hopefully, the Auburn kid can surprise us. He can't do any worse than Mazi Smith. Mazi Smith showed up at the same weight he was last year. I just don't see it with him. Unless Dallas's defensive line coach, Jeff Zognia, he went to Purdue. Dude's been jacked his whole life, played like 18 years in the league. I hope these guys get used to getting yelled at because they're going to get yelled at. Hopefully, they could throw some weight on him, change his stance because his stance is brutal. And he said he's not going to be an upfield guy. He's only going to hold up blocks for linebackers. Maybe I guess that's a good reason why Dallas hasn't drafted a defensive tackle in the first round in 30 years, because we have no idea what we're doing. And all I'm trying to say is I think I got a really bad feeling on our D line, and I got a really bad feeling about our linebacker room. I have a bad feeling that Dan Quinn hid a lot of Micah Parsons' weaknesses. That's why Dan Quinn told Micah to play edge. Because I don't think Micah has the brains, I'm being honest with you, to play middle linebacker. He gets misdirection to death, but a lot of times he uses his speed and athletic ability to make up for that. So we could find out this year if Dan Quinn really hid his weaknesses. He's too small to play full-time edge. Big physical offensive tackles destroyed him. Trent Williams destroyed him. Penei Sewell took his lunch. Just look at the Detroit game. And someone's going to say, "Oh, he had a sack. He had a sack." Yeah, that was from rushing up the middle at linebacker, going through the center. Penei Sewell took Michael Parsons' lunch that game. So he's too small to play full-time edge. He doesn't have the brights to be middle linebacker. He's never going to wear the green dot. So basically what I would do, but I'm not a defensive coordinator, I would just play him in a simple rover position. In other words, an elephant position that Charles Haley played. You just, to prevent double teams and prevent him wearing down like Micah has worn down every year since he got here, put him at a different position every single play and just tell him to attack. Our defense is going to be our run defense is going to be so bad this year. I hope Zimmer does a lot of run blitzes because Dallas is going to need them. All right, that's it on the Dallas rant on our state of D-line and D tackles and edges. Next year, I firmly believe our first round pick will be a running back, or it'll be three positions: a running back, a defensive tackle, or a linebacker next year. But people don't understand. You can have the greatest linebackers in the world, but if you got 340-pound guards hitting you every single play, what good are they? Anyone that's played football knows that. A linebacker is only as good as his defensive tackles. A cornerback is only as good as his defensive ends. You could put Dion and Jalen Ramsey back there. They're not going to cover guys for 45 seconds. They're bound to get open. So it's a team effort. It's a group effort on defense. So we'll talk about that on another day. Now I'm going to talk about some West Virginia draft picks to look for this fall on Saturdays, but just a few names to, think of come draft time. West Virginia has been known for years to put out decent offensive linemen. We just had Zach Frazier go this year. They got a left tackle, Wyatt Mullins. He started for the last 2 years. He's 6'6", 315. The last 2 years, he's given up zero sacks. He's going to be it's hard to predict now because it's so early. The kid can go out and break an ankle. The kid can have a bad year. But based on the last 2 years, he's a day 2 pick. But a million things can happen from now until April. Sean Martin. He's an edge, but huge. He's like 6'5", 280. And in my opinion, he's going to eat himself into defensive tackle. That's my opinion. He almost came out last year's draft, but he went back in, and we'll see how it goes. They got a safety, Aubrey Banks, 5'10", 205. He hits like a freight train. He's not afraid to, come downhill and lay the wood. He's more of a late day 3 guy or possible undrafted free agents. Today's that. Tomorrow, we'll be looking at, let's see, tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be, I don't know, maybe safeties and Colorado. We're going to break down safeties in Colorado tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. We'll try to do a different college each day, a different position group each day on Dallas. Hopefully, we'll learn more from mini camps and see how that goes. Everyone knows when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. See you tomorrow.